Annyeong Buzz, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that has completely taken over social media, BTS's V and his unbelievably romantic moment with fans that has gone mega viral. And honestly, it's one of those rare celebrity moments that reminds you why people fall so hard for him in the first place. So grab your coffee, settle in, because this story is both heartwarming and, let's be real, a little unfair to the rest of us mere mortals. So here's what happened. BTS's V, or Kim Taehyung, recently attended Vogue World in Hollywood. You know, that high-profile fashion event where celebrities from all over gather to showcase the blend of fashion, culture, and art. V was, as always, his visuals, his aura, his presence. He just radiated quiet confidence that makes people turn their heads. But the viral moment didn't come from the runway or from any carpet pose. It happened after the show, when he did something so simple, yet so powerful that it broke the internet. After the event ended, V was seen walking out holding a bouquet of flowers. At first, everyone assumed he'd received them from someone, maybe a brand representative or a fan inside the venue. But instead of keeping the flowers for himself, he approached a group of fans waiting outside, smiling that signature Taehyung smile, and handed the bouquet to them. But here's the best part. He didn't just give it to one person. He told them to share the flowers amongst each other. That one small gesture immediately lit up every timeline, every fan community, and every news outlet. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. In that moment, V wasn't just an idol. He was the definition of class, kindness, and pure sincerity. It wasn't staged, it wasn't for cameras, it was just him being him. You could feel how genuine the act was. And it's such a Taehyung thing to do. He's always had this reputation for being thoughtful in the most unexpected ways. Think about it, here's one of the biggest celebrities in the world, just casually walking up to fans, handing them flowers, and saying, share them. There's something poetic about that, right? Like, instead of keeping the gift for himself, he wanted to give it away, to spread beauty and happiness among the people who adore him. That's the kind of symbolic gesture that fits perfectly with his personality. It's giving romance personified, and fans definitely noticed that. Photos from that moment quickly spread online, and they're stunning. The lighting, his expression, the flowers, the fans' reactions, everything about it looks like a scene straight out of a movie. It's the kind of photo that doesn't just capture what happened, but captures a feeling. The feeling of being seen by your idol, of experiencing something unexpectedly magical. And when those pictures started circulating, the internet lost it. The comment section was full of people saying things like, his face is perfect and his heart is perfect too, or he's literally romance personified. Others said, that's so sweet, and he looks like he's in his peak era. And honestly, they're not wrong. Taehyung has always had this aura that blends old-school charm with effortless elegance. He's not flashy about it. It just comes naturally. The way he carries himself feels timeless, like he stepped out of a black and white film, but somehow made it modern. This moment with the flowers is just another example of that. It's not just about being good-looking or famous, it's about how he makes people feel. Now, let's take a moment to really think about why this moment hit so hard with fans. We live in a time where most celebrity fan interactions are very controlled. Security guards, strict boundaries, staged moments for social media. But here, V broke that barrier for a few seconds. He created a real human moment. No PR filter, no fancy script, just a guy who wanted to share something beautiful. That's rare, and that's why it resonates so deeply. And you know what? It's also very symbolic of who BTS has always been as a group. They've built their success not just on music, but on authenticity. The way they connect with their fans, ARMY, has always been personal. You can feel it through their messages, their live streams, their interactions. V's gesture is like a physical embodiment of that same spirit, giving something back, no matter how small, because the connection matters. I want to talk a bit about the timing too. Vogue World in Hollywood is a huge event. We're talking about global attention, major fashion houses, elite guest lists. And yet, after being surrounded by all that glamour, V steps outside, and the first thing he does is look for his fans. That says a lot about where his heart is. It's almost poetic. The contrast between the glitz of the fashion world and the simplicity of handing flowers to the people who support you. Now, let's be honest. The internet is obsessed with romantic idols. But this wasn't just romantic in the fairy tale sense. It was romantic in the human sense. Because romance doesn't have to be grand gestures or over-the-top words. Sometimes it's in the small acts of thoughtfulness. And that's what V showed. He turned an ordinary moment into something memorable. And fans are absolutely loving this version of him. People have been commenting that he looks like he's in his peak era again. And you know what? I agree. There's something about the way he's been carrying himself lately. Confident, grounded, but also effortlessly charming. He's always been handsome, but lately it feels like his energy has shifted. There's a calmness about him, like he's fully comfortable in who he is. That makes him even more magnetic. I also find it interesting how moments like this tend to bring out the emotional side of fandom culture. When something feels real and genuine, it brings everyone together. For a brief moment, everyone's timeline is full of the same photos, the same captions, the same feeling of collective awe. And I think that's part of why BTS continues to have such lasting power. They don't just trend, they create moments that stick with people. If you look at the photos closely, you can even sense that duality in the moment. He's this global superstar, yet in that instant, he's approachable, gentle, and human. That's the magic of Taehyung. He blurs the line between fantasy and reality. You're not just admiring him from afar, you're part of the story he's creating. It's this blend of mystery and warmth that makes him so fascinating to fans. Let me ask you guys something. Do you think V's personality is the reason he's constantly going viral for moments like this? Because it feels like no matter where he goes, whether it's a luxury brand event, a music award, or a casual airport sighting, he always does something that feels effortlessly iconic. And it's never forced. It's like he doesn't even try. He just exists. And the internet can't help but fall in love with him all over again. I think what stands out most to me is how romantic this moment feels without any words. He didn't give a speech, he didn't record a video message, he didn't even post about it himself. It was just action. And sometimes, actions speak louder than anything else. That's what makes it powerful. It's understated, but it lingers in your mind. And to be fair, it also shows a lot about how V understands his fans. He knows that ARMY appreciates sincerity. He knows that even the smallest gesture will mean the world to them. And instead of doing something flashy for attention, he does something simple for connection. That's emotional intelligence right there. That's what separates him from so many others. Another thing I noticed in the fan reactions is how everyone kept saying, he's literally romance personified. And I couldn't agree more. Because romance at its core is about thoughtfulness. It's about making people feel special. And that's exactly what V did. It wasn't about the flowers themselves, it was about the meaning behind them. He gave something beautiful and told fans to share it, as if reminding them that love and joy are meant to be spread, not hoarded. That's such a poetic message. If we step back and think about it, this moment also ties into the larger narrative of who V has always been publicly. Whether it's his music, his fashion, or his interactions, he constantly balances mystery with warmth. He's never overly revealing, but when he does show emotion, it feels genuine and unfiltered. That's why fans feel so connected to him. He doesn't try to be perfect, yet somehow, he embodies perfection in the most human way. Now, as someone who's followed BTS for years, I think what makes this story even more heartwarming is that it feels like a return to simplicity. Over the years, as fame grows, those candid moments between idols and fans naturally become rarer. But here we are, seeing one of the biggest names in the world casually giving out flowers on a street corner, smiling softly, and reminding everyone why they fell in love with him in the first place. That's the kind of thing you can't script. So here's my take. V's romantic interaction isn't just viral because he's handsome or because he's famous. It's viral because it represents something people crave, genuine human connection. It's a reminder that kindness, even in small doses, still makes headlines. It's the kind of news that makes you smile for no reason, the kind that warms your day just a little bit. And maybe that's why the internet went crazy. Because in a world full of scandals, drama, and negativity, seeing something pure and sweet like this feels refreshing. It's a little glimpse of goodness. And that's what makes it powerful. So what do you guys think? Was this the most Taehyung thing ever, or what? Do you think he realizes just how much these small moments mean to fans? And let's be honest, if you were there and he handed you one of those flowers, would you be able to handle it? Because I don't think I would. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this moment was, or if there's another V moment that stayed with you over the years. Because honestly, I think we're witnessing another one of those timeless fan favorite memories in the making. This has been Anyang Buzz. And remember, sometimes the most romantic thing you can do doesn't need words. It just needs sincerity. See you in the next video.